Good morning, everybody. It's No Limb Gym. It's the last day of the Abilities Expo here in Fort Lauderdale in 2025, and I just met Michelle Irwin with All Wheels Up. Now, I am somebody who spends a lot of time on an airplane, and obviously I'm in a wheelchair, and I understand that you guys are advocating for people like me. Tell me about what you do.
Absolutely, Jim. It's been just a pleasure getting to know you. All Wheels Up is a nonprofit that was started 15 years ago to advocate for better accessible air travel. We started funding accessible air travel research specifically to dynamically test wheelchairs and tie-down systems for commercial flight. So one day we'll have a wheelchair spot on airplanes just like we do on buses and trains today. And now we're expanding our programs, taking on more disability advocacy, and we're also here at the Expo today just to let the community know what are the resources that are available to you today while we work to improve the future.
So let's talk about research sources. Yesterday you gave me a little business card with some QR codes. I went to actually went to Krakow, Poland last year with my daughter Hope, and got to Amsterdam. I had the pink tag on my wheelchair. I didn't know, it was my first trip flying as a wheelchair user. I didn't know to stand my ground. And they're like, oh, we're sorry, your wheelchair is not here yet. Just get on this, we'll push you through the airport. I get to Krakow, my wheelchair is still in Amsterdam, and it stayed there for 3 days. And I know that the ADA and ACAA doesn't cover Europe, but tell me about what are the rights and what can we do if those rights are trampled upon while we're on the plane to be able to protect ourselves, advocate for ourselves, whatnot.
Absolutely. I think that's the biggest thing is the disability community really needs to be part of the solution in improving, accessible air travel. And that is the first thing is just know your rights. And I think the way that you can do that is, if you get your hands on one of these cards, you can get to the QR code through for the Passengers with Disabilities Bill of Rights, and also, get familiar with the ACAA, which is the Air Carriers Access Act, and know your rights. But you're right, stand your ground. You do not have to leave that airplane until your wheelchair is at the door waiting for you. That's definitely one of your rights.
So I fly with Delta Airlines almost exclusively, have been for years because I worked at the Weather Channel and flew out of Atlanta all the time. I found that the flight attendants are, for the most part, very accommodating. The pilots are accommodating also. If the wheelchair doesn't get there, usually the captain goes down there and starts complaining, I want my plane back, I want this guy off my plane. Something that I found, and I have the funds to be able to do it, but I found that like sitting in row 1D on the right side of the airplane, almost every airplane loads the wheelchairs up in that forward compartment from the right side. So I sit there and I watch my wheelchair being loaded and I watch it come off. This is a brand new wheelchair that Delta Airlines bought for me a couple months ago because I videotaped the chair going off the end of the conveyor belt and hitting the ramp. And they're trying to say, hey, well, pre-existing damage, well, watch this video.
Right.
So that's something that I found is be proactive and document everything.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, you do have to be your own self-advocate and document everything. And if your wheelchair is broken, follow up every single day until you have your wheelchair, returned back to you.
Yeah, it did take several months to get that resolved, and I finally did get it resolved. The first flight after that, this wheelchair came off of the plane on its side, and Delta, right now I'm fighting Delta because they said, well, it's pre-existing damage. Guy's wheelchair is like a month old. And I got video of your guy taking it off the plane. So yes. So how can people find your website, find out more? How can people get involved, find out what they can do to help you or even be served by you?
Absolutely. We're definitely here to help you, travel. If you're, really insecure about maybe your first trip as a wheelchair user, you can find us on www.allwheelsup.org, and you can find us through the contact tab. We also have just a lot of great resources on that website, tips, tricks, and other things that will help you plan your travel, and hopefully we can, make your trip a better trip as you go from curb to curb when you're at the airport.
Great. Well, thank you very much for what
Absolutely.
you guys are doing.
Thank you.
I don't know if you saw over there, Remarkable, their booth. There's somebody that has developed an autonomous wheelchair to take you through the airport They've got it in Savannah. I'm going to go try that sometime in the next
Yes,
couple months.
they came by our booth. I actually went back to their booth, checked out their video, and we are actually looking to see how we can get them speak at our next global forum.
That's
their
really
product
cool.
is really cool.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Savannah and just book a flight so I can make a video with that.
Well,
That's a really
definitely
cool
share
thing.
that with us.
Yes. So guys, if you are flying, it's allwheelsup.org. Is that right?
Yep.
Allwheelsup.org, and they will help you understand what your rights are, help you advocate for your rights, and help you become a more informed and willing to stand up for what your rights are flyer. So, like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel, hit the button that says ding, ding, ding every time I put up a video, and I'll see you next time.